The Anker Nebula X1 Pro isn't just another projector. It's the first 4K laser with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos built in. For years, projectors meant trade-offs: big screen, but weak sound, low brightness, or poor HDR. This one promises to change everything. So hit subscribe, drop a like, and let's break down if the X1 Pro is really the ultimate home entertainment upgrade of 2025. Section 1. Design and First Impressions. The moment you unbox the Nebula X1 Pro, you can tell this isn't a toy. Anker went with a sleek, matte black chassis that feels closer to premium audio gear than a plastic budget projector. It's not massive like old-school home theater projectors, but it's definitely got presence. About the size of a chunky bread loaf, with a lens that almost winks at you when the light hits it. Weight-wise, it's portable but not flimsy. You could move it from living room to bedroom to backyard, but it also feels like something that deserves a permanent spot in your setup. And unlike those generic white box projectors, this one actually looks like it belongs next to a modern OLED TV or sound system. The top has simple, tactile controls: power, input, volume. But honestly, you'll use the remote most of the time. That remote is slick to Bluetooth, with shortcut buttons for Netflix, YouTube, Prime. No fumbling. So yeah, first impressions. This isn't a cheap Amazon gadget. It feels designed. It feels like Anker wants you to take it seriously. Section 2. Setup experience. Here's the thing. Most projectors are a pain. You set them up, you spend half an hour adjusting keystone, focus, alignment, and you still end up with a crooked rectangle on your wall. The X1 Pro changes that. It uses autofocus and auto keystone correction powered by AI. You drop it down, turn it on, and within seconds it's locked onto your wall or screen. Sharp edges, perfectly squared image. It even detects obstacles. Like if you got a picture frame on the wall, it'll automatically adjust around it. That's smart. Connection-wise, you've got everything you need. HDMI 2.1, eARC, USB, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. It runs Android TV, so apps are built in. You don't need to hook up a Fire Stick unless you want to. And pairing with external speakers? Easy, though honestly you might not need them. We'll get to that. Setup time? Under 5 minutes. That's faster than booting up a console sometimes. Section 3. Picture quality, the laser advantage. Now let's talk about the real magic, the picture. This is a 4K UHD laser projector with Dolby Vision HDR. The laser light source changes everything compared to older LED or lamp projectors. Colors pop harder. Contrast is deeper. And because lasers don't fade like bulbs, you're getting consistent brightness year after year. On paper, you're looking at around 2,200 ANSI lumens. That's not OLED bright, but in a dim or moderately lit room, it looks stunning. Blacks are rich, not gray. Highlights sparkle, and Dolby Vision adds that extra dynamic metadata. So HDR content doesn't just look good, it looks cinematic. I tested it with Blade Runner 2049 in Dolby Vision, and honestly, goosebumps. The neon, the shadows, the depth. It felt like watching it in a high-end theater. Skin tone stayed natural, no weird oversaturation. And unlike older projectors, the X1 Pro keeps the image sharp edge to edge. The sweet spot is around 100 to 120 inches. At that size, a TV can't touch it. You're in theater territory, but inside your living room. Section 4. Sound, built-in Dolby Atmos. Okay, let's get real. Projectors almost always suck at sound. Tinny speakers, weak bass. You always end up adding a soundbar. But the X1 Pro does something new. It has a built-in Dolby Atmos sound system with multiple drivers firing in different directions. And I don't mean fake Atmos. It actually creates a bubble of sound that feels like it's around you. Is it going to beat a $1,000 dedicated Atmos soundbar? No, but compared to any built-in projector speaker I've ever tested, It's a revolution. Watching Top Gun, Maverick, when the jets roared overhead, you could feel the spatial audio cues bouncing in the room. Dialogue was clear, basic punch. For most people, this is good enough out of the box. Of course, if you already own a serious sound system, you can pair it via eARC and let your speakers handle the Atmos track. Best of both worlds. Section 5. Gaming Performance. Gamers, listen up. The X1 Pro isn't just for movies. It supports 4K 60Hz with low latency. We're talking around 18 to 20 milliseconds input lag, which is totally playable for console gaming. Not esports level, but for PS5, Xbox, or casual PC gaming, it's smooth. I tried Spider-Man 2 on PS5, swinging through New York on a 120-inch screen. Unreal. The scale makes the game feel brand new. And with Atmos on top, immersive doesn't even cover it. So yeah, if you're a gamer who also watches movies, this projector covers both bases. Section 6. Brightness and room conditions. Here's where I have to be honest. Projectors are still projectors. The X1 Pro looks amazing in a dim room. But in broad daylight with sunlight pouring in, it struggles, just like all projectors do. If you want a display that cuts through sunlight, get a bright LED TV. But if you can dim the lights, close the blinds, or use it at night, the X1 Pro rewards you with scale and atmosphere no TV can match. So ask yourself, when do you watch most of your movies and shows? If it's night, this is gold. Section 7. Portability and flexibility. Unlike giant TVs, you can actually move this thing. Movie night in the living room? Done. Summer backyard party? Grab a portable screen and you're projecting under the stars. Try doing that with a 98-inch TV. And the fan noise? Surprisingly quiet. You notice it when there's silence, but once a movie or game kicks in, it fades away. Section 8. Real-world experience. Here's how it feels to actually live with the X1 Pro. You start watching more movies. You start inviting friends over. You find yourself turning off lights just to enjoy that cinematic vibe. It changes your relationship with content. Streaming dramas feel bigger. Sports feel like stadium events. Even YouTube videos feel epic blown up to wall size. It's not just tech, it's mood. Section 9. Value and competition. Now, the big question, is it worth $2,499? Look, compared to a cheap $500 projector, yes, it's way more expensive. But compared to a 98-inch TV, that'll cost you $6,000 to $8,000 easy. And compared to pro projectors from Sony or JVC, you're saving thousands. And here's the kicker. None of those options give you Dolby Vision and Atmos in one portable package. That's where the Nebula X1 Pro wins. Section 10. Who should buy it? Buy this if you love movies and want a theater vibe at home. You want Atmos sound without extra gear. You're fine dimming the lights for best results. You want a 100-plus inch screen without dropping $10,000. Skip it if you need perfect brightness in daylight. You're building a hardcore, reference-grade theater. You're only watching news or casual TV. You don't need this. Section 11. Final verdict. Here's my straight take. The Anker Nebula X1 Pro isn't perfect. It won't outshine a QLED in daylight. It won't replace a $5,000 JVC for purists. But for the majority of us, it's the sweet spot projector of 2025. Big screen, laser sharpness, Dolby Vision HDR, built-in Atmos, portable design. At $2,499, it's not cheap, but it's fair. Would I buy it for myself? Absolutely. For movies, gaming, family nights, it beats any TV experience I've had this year. Section 12. Outro. So there you have it. The Anker Nebula X1 Pro, the world's first 4K laser projector with Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. Now I want to hear from you. Would you go projector or TV in 2025? Drop a comment below. I reply fast, and I'm curious what you'd pick. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can discover what's really worth buying this year. This is Tayab Khan, signing off. See you in the next one.